Hey, welcome back everybody to the top 32 runners. Try out a bunch of different routes. Don't spend too much time on them. If it's obviously not too fast, then you tend to drop it. But it's just really cool to see them try out all the different courses and figure it out in real time.
Exactly, and pretty much all these stages are made with a lot of like diverging and recombining pathways. So there's a lot of like mix and matching you can do almost with the routes, and you don't necessarily have to use the best route ever. If you're using a route that say loses like a half second of optimization, but is a lot easier, you're probably going to be able to get a better time than your opponent within this little 30-minute time block. And we're gonna go ahead and get started. The level's gonna be 2-6 here. And a friendly reminder that !Aeon will get you a link to be able to check out this game for yourself. The game comes out on, I believe it's October 1st. So
September 30th.
Oh, September 30th. Okay.
Yeah, September 30th. All platforms: Steam, Switch, and Xbox and PlayStation. !Aeon, whatever it is. And I think you can add it to your wish list. So everyone, make sure you do that. This is a really fun game. I think everyone participating has at least tried it out at some point. So not just watching, coming from experience.
And if nothing else, Neo Barcelona is just a really cool looking area. This is a very cool looking game with a just nice neo cyberpunk aesthetic. I'll never get sick of looking at games that look like this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, very beautiful, very nice. It looks like Karterfreak has found a decent pathway. He's been just kind of walking around.
And putting their first time on the board with a 18-9-1.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Carter's going to go ahead and start going. Top route looks like is Alter's trying to explore this middle route and figure out some of these firebar cycles. I think these will kind of play an integral role in how these players are going to proceed through this level in seeing what exactly they're able to swing through these firebar cycles before they actually get killed. And of course, like, you can throw the dagger fairly quickly, but if one of those firebars touches you while you're still not actually teleporting to the dagger, that still counts as a death. You still have to restart the level.
Yeah, not very forgiving at all. You also have to like point the dagger, so if you're near a fireball, you can just like accidentally walk into it. So yeah, very dangerous.
From what I've seen from other players and from my own experience with the game, it seems like that dagger throw. Oh,
Karterfreak, what do you? This is you can't be doing that.
But it looks almost like the dagger can only be thrown in like a 8-directional kind of format. So you are a bit restricted in where exactly you can throw it to. But that does give you, I guess, a bit of consistency. Like if you're playing on a control stick, you'll be able to throw it in the same place twice.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, it is just 8 directions. So timing is key.
And we got Karterfreak establishing a 13-second time on that leaderboard.
Yeah, it seems to be having trouble right at that first fireball there. It has to be all the way to the right side for him to make that, what is it, teleport dagger? Mm-hmm. Make it all the way across.
That's the other thing, too. You'd think that the dagger's a really OP weapon, but it only has a reach of about like half the screen, give or take, so...
Yeah, it's very limited. You need to know a lot of ranges and stuff.
I'm thinking Carter having to wait a bit longer because of that firebar. He couldn't quite reach for a bit with his dagger.
Yeah, I'm thinking at some point he might be able to figure something out with like a down right throw, or maybe he's just doing something completely different now. But if he could like throw down right and like land where the fireball is moving left and right instead of just going straight for that far throw, he might be able to save some time. But it looks like he's trying out different.
For himself now.
Yeah. All right, and now we see Alternerd going top.
Another interesting thing too with the enemies that you see throughout the level is they can be killed by the dagger as well. So you do have to kind of like prioritize whether you're going to be using the dagger for movement or if you're going to be using it as an attack weapon for a specific situation. An 11.76, nice PB from Carter there. Shaving another couple of seconds off. It looks like Alter's time is slowly getting a bit more optimized to compare with Carter's, but Carter's still just like kind of accelerating a bit more forward. But Alter is closing that gap up pretty well.
Yeah, he seems to be kind of figuring out some good maneuvers a bit more quicker. But yeah, Alternerd doing a really good job himself. It's really hard to like not focus on Karterfreak's character model. I think the last commentator said something about it, and it really is. I need to make sure I watch Alternerd too because he's doing really well. He's trying some new stuff.
Like, is it a live model? Is it actually reflecting his facial expression?
I don't know.
Because otherwise, I'm not entirely sure why it's there. I mean, more power to you, I guess. But yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit uncanny with the eyes, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's real. I think it is like a VTuber thing.
Yeah.
But all right, Alternerd getting a nice little PB there, right behind Karterfreak now. Oh wait, as he also got a PB. Never mind.
Karter keeps just moving the goalposts a bit further.
Oh boy, this is a really good match. We got 25 minutes left, just under. So this has only been the first 5 minutes, and I think both runners are making like really good progress as to a really nice path that they might, just try to grind out.
And I think Karter's really liking this mostly top route where you're able to avoid most of the fire bar cycles entirely. And you have just enough room to be able to jump out of some of these teleports to skip ledge grabs.
Yeah, it's been really strange trying to see what they want to do with figuring this stuff out. Because I think that first bar is like just giving him so much issues because it's just not on a good cycle. And
yeah, you want it to be like at its furthest right point when you throw it for the teleport, and at the very start of the level, it's just coming back from that area. So you have a very, very small window. If anything, it kind of looks like none.
Yeah, very precise throw, but they're going up and around it, which seems to be doing okay. They're definitely not having to wait on it, at least. Yeah. Interesting to see if like maybe this bottom right will be faster, just because they're having to like, make that whole maneuver around it.
That other horizontal bar about midway through the level also seems to be causing a little bit of issues because it pretty much makes one section of the level impassable for certain periods of time. The one that Alternerd like just went over.
Yeah, that one right there. That is a tricky one. Those ones with like the platforms are very tricky. Here we go.
These runners really appreciate that.
It's probably faster to go bottom row.
Sorry,
I was gonna say, I bet these runners appreciate that spiked hole in the like vertical platform close to the end that lets them just dagger teleport right to the end portal instead of having to take that like S bend through 2 more fire bars.
Yeah, that's really nice. That's a really nice maneuver for Karter. I think that's faster than going up top. What he's doing right here, he's making it past these spikes really well. I think that wall kick right there.
That almost reminds you of some kind of Celeste like spike jumping tech there.
Yeah, kinda. Maybe he's familiar. Alternerd still trying to figure out the best teleport dagger maneuver through that little hallway. These little corridors, I mean, make it so precise to throw these daggers here. Like the runners are making it look pretty simple and easy, and they're just making a few mistakes. But I mean, they are executing really precise throws consistently, and they're just trying to get it like 100% down.
And like you were saying earlier, it requires a really, really good sense of timing whenever you're locked into just 8 potential angles for these throws. You have to have a really, really good sense of timing to be able to actually land your throws when your angle is pretty much set in stone already.
Yeah, very difficult.
And we got Alter just kind of getting stuck again in the low 11s range. That's one like kind of interesting thing about like when you're doing a bunch of PB attempts in a row like this. It is way, way faster, it seems, to take a death than it is to like finish out the level and then like manually restart it. So that is something you kind of want to consider is like, am I actually on PB pace with this attempt, or like should I just go ahead and move right into another attempt?
Yeah, exactly. Especially once it starts getting a bit later. I think right now we're starting to see them kind of finalize everything. Karterfreak, he just had a really good run up to this point, and that enemy right below him, he like threw the teleport dagger to teleport, and it hit the enemy. So like the teleport dagger didn't connect to anything, and so just the cycle for the enemy might end up slowing him down versus the whole flame cycle.
Well, and how do you even really control for that whenever the like auto hit detect is getting in your way? Or like the auto aim.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, but it's those kind of things that these runners are dealing with, and they're trying to, I don't know, just trying to figure out how to get through them, really.
Carter getting almost to the end of a pretty decent run. And I think that dog avatar must be live, because I am seeing it like start to shake its head whenever some of these attempts to get deep into the level get killed by random stuff.
the disappointment.
Yeah, the sad doggy.
Oh no.
I mean, hey, you know, if it makes you more comfortable to express yourself through an avatar like that, like, more power to you, you know? There are a lot of people that just aren't really comfortable on a camera, so, like, if that helps you, more power to you.
Yeah, it's very entertaining. He had a really cool
That's for
maneuver
sure.
to kill that robot at the end there. Like, as soon as he hit the wall for the teleport dagger, he threw his real dagger, but you didn't even really see it come out. It was so quick. But he did
It's
that in
really
order
nice.
to kill the enemy.
Yeah. It's really nice, too, that, like, the actual melee sword seems to not really cause a whole lot of movement delay, so you are pretty well forgiven a lot of the time if you do need to kill an enemy with, like, your more manual methods.
Yeah, I've seen it used at a couple nice points, and yeah, they've done a really good job making it just real smooth right into all your other abilities. I think there is, like, somebody said there was an animation cancel for it still that people have figured out, so saving some
Ooh.
frames, we've already found something out.
Yeah, and the way that the dashing and teleporting mechanics seem to interweave into other mechanics, it seems like there's a lot of room to be able to just go really, really fast whenever you really have a good sense of what you're doing. Karterfreak really on a tear through that attempt at the beginning.
Yeah, it was really nice. All right,
We
Alternerd
got
trying to
some
figure out
focus
these
on-
spikes. See what he wants to do. Yeah, he's trying to figure out that wall kick. I think he understands that he can do it, but it's such a precise jump. He might just end up going over top.
Experimenting with this over top route, just like Carter was doing earlier.
Oh,
Now robot getting him right in the end.
yeah, he did a really nice job killing the first one. But that was the slice that I was talking about earlier. It's like you hit that wall and like you have to immediately hit that sword.
Jeez. Such good. Carter's really got the first half of the stage just completely figured out.
Yeah, I think that is a bit faster because he didn't have to kill that enemy like Alternerd did. So yeah, just that little delay when he hits the wall going over the top. I think that's what's causing him just to be a little slower. Just barely.
Should just slide through that guy, I think.
All right. And Karterfreak talking out loud. but yeah, pretty much every ability here will kill an enemy in one way, shape, or form. So yeah, sliding, obviously the sword, the teleport dagger. So just got to figure out which one is best. It's not always about the teleport dagger. even though it
Oh,
seems
and
that
Carter,
way.
I think right there may have teleported slightly too early. It looked like they teleported while the firebar was barely still over the area they teleported into.
Try not to die. Jeez, thanks
I'm actually gonna be forced to wait for that fire.
for the proposal.
All right.
Try not to die. Jeez, thanks for the
See,
advice.
Alternerd still needing to bust out. Oh wait, Alternerd took the lead. Wait, we missed it. He took the lead 10-20.
Oh, I missed that BB, yeah, because been messing around with this top route. I assumed he was going to be slower for a bit. But maybe he's already started to find some success with this top route.
Yeah, I just didn't see him complete the really solid one. I know Karterfreak hasn't completed like a 100% route that he's been going for.
Yeah, I feel like Carter's going to dive into like a low 9 once he finally gets the route, like a good attempt on the route he's going for.
It is possible. Let's see, but yeah, he's having trouble here at the end. Oh my gosh, did he just threw... How did he...
Yeah,
Oh,
looks
he
like
threw
you
it
could just
down
barely, right. You can just barely downright that throw.
What happened?
Wow. Coming out with the... with the
Optimizations
specializations.
on optimizations.
All right, this is going to be interesting because, I mean, even though Karterfreak is doing things that we're pointing out that are faster, or seems to be, they seem to be harder too, so he's got to execute them. And he's only got
Right.
16 minutes left. We're like halfway through almost. And he's still got to execute.
And just watching from the beginning of one of his attempts, like you can see from the very start, for instance, you know, the instant teleport into the ledge grab here, like he's using the dagger all over the place, but it's still just really hard for him to get attempts through this back half here. Let's see, this attempt looks pretty solid. It looks like he's committing to doing that down right throw on the end, which might kill a few more attempts.
Potentially. Let's see. Ooh, Alternerd. That was a really nice maneuver there. He's okay. He seems to be getting to the end like about the same time as Carter. So if Alternerd can just really clutch it out, I mean, I think he's got a really good shot. I mean, he's still in the lead, so I'm sure he wants to get an extra half a second or so, just make him more comfortable. Alright, Electric, you might have accidentally muted yourself. I don't hear you, but
oh,
anyway.
no, I'm
okay,
still here just observing.
We're just having fun. We're definitely having fun and watching. This is very entertaining. These two are actually absolutely going at it. One of the more entertaining ones I've seen, actually. Super.
It seems like, even though the players are still taking like kind of similar routes, like I just really love the way Karterfreak has figured out this wall kick section in the middle here. It's so fluid with their movement.
Yeah. I see Alternerd playing with it, like he just did it himself. I don't know if he's going to commit to it or not. It looks like he might. Maybe he got the run he was really looking for top. Thought the extra grinding wasn't worth it. Yeah, Carter definitely having the edge there. Figured it out a little more.
We'll see if they're able to finish out a full attempt, though. I'm really curious what their final time. Oh, 928. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, and that's what he was looking for. That's exactly what we were talking about. Was I mean, once he nails everything he's going for, and I think he still missed like one or two things, real small, but it did cost him some time still.
Proposal. Try not to die.
All right, yeah, definitely probably looking to be an 8-second time here. If Alternerd can get, a low 9,
Yeah,
then
I don't even know if I can do it faster, 'cause that
then I think the first one to hit an 8 might actually just take it.
I kind of think so too. It seems like to get an 8, you'd have to have such a high octane performance that it's going to be hard to match that.
Yeah, definitely agree. All right. Yeah, Alternate on a good run. You see as he throws the teleport dagger, he's hitting the enemies. You have to find good cycles for him because the enemies are becoming just as much of a problem as the fire bars.
Right.
Even though they kind of seem to not be an issue most of the time. Oh my gosh, Karterfreak. He's not even doing the wall kick anymore. He's just throwing the dagger.
It's weird how as you watch these sessions go on, you just see more and more dagger throws replacing other pieces of movement.
You really do, yeah.
Like it's wild to see. Like if you go back to Karterfreak's first 5 minutes, they were kind of throwing the dagger a little bit for their top route, but now they're going through this bottom route. It's like every time they can, they're trying to replace things with a dagger throw. And it makes sense why when it's a literal teleportation mechanic.
Oh yeah. Oh, here we go. Alternerd figuring out the throw. Alright, I want to see Alternerd get a really good time here so we have a nice close match for the last 10 minutes. He's on the verge of it, I can tell.
Yeah.
He just
needs to kind of figure out his movement for these wall sections here. And it's kind of hard to figure out in practice things when you don't really have the luxury of like actual save states and such. You're having to like manually walk yourself back to the starting part of some movement section.
Yeah, definitely. There's just a whole lot. There's like so much that has to go right.
For real.
Let's see. Yeah, Karterfreak now looking at the top option again. Oh, that's the throw I was talking about earlier that might help him get past that bar. But kind of just dropping it.
I hate dying.
Let's see, and both players having issues with those spikes right in the end of the wall kick section here. Yep, second death in a row Carter took to that. Let's see, Alternerd just not getting the second wall kick.
Yeah, sections like this are are actually what make me like the game a little bit more, because it's such a hard section. You know, the devs are not you know, trying to give you something easy to do. Like, they want people to grind it out and make it really hard. Like that third set of spikes right there. You know, if the devs had any mercy, they probably wouldn't have put it on. But then I think it would be less fun. So applause to them.
Yeah, these little challenging platforming sections. Like, sometimes you think the developers put them in there because they hate you, but it's just trying to create an interesting challenge.
Yeah, Alternerd really had it figured out there. I don't know if he made a mistake like really early on, but from the wall kick section onward, that was really nice. So if you can just get one solid good one like that.
Let's see. Carter's still just kind of trucking along the same route.
Yeah, neither one of them made large improvements recently. But that's how it goes when the levels get this hard, you know. Section 2 is not easy at all. Sector 1 definitely was a bit more lenient.
Yeah, even whenever I was messing around in Sector 1, I remember thinking to myself, like, this gets a bit brutal for the early section of a platforming game like this. And so, it seems to be a game that really isn't... It's not too scared to, like, make things hard on the player pretty early on. It has a decently steep difficulty curve.
Yeah, exactly. Alright, 9 minutes left. 9 minutes left to get the best time possible. Alternerd just needing to clutch out one of these runs. He's getting to the section that he needs to and getting through, but always seems to be like one thing that keeps happening.
Oh, Karterfreak just got a really nice attempt. Let's see the final time on that. I think this is going to be a 9:22. Yup.
Nice.
Very nice. Gonna just slice his time just a little bit further down, just shaving the tenths of seconds off.
Yeah, I believe we saw a match yesterday win by, it was like 0.07, I believe, 0.06 maybe. So those small time saves are not, you know, nothing. Once Alternerd gets his run, you know, we're going to be looking at the decimals. We're going to be looking at the decimals without a doubt.
You got about 8 minutes left to get that run, though. Finally gets past that wall kick section with a nice teleport, and then just the robot immediately afterward gets him.
Oh, Karterfreak with a really fast run there. That enemy right there seems to be really hard to kill for both runners. You just land right on top of him, really.
I hate dying.
All right, here it is with Carter coming through, and oh my gosh.
He got there so early, the flame bar was just denying him.
Yeah, he's getting there so early that he's actually gonna have to wait. And
like, I'm not sure how exactly he's gonna be able to get through, since it looks like he would have to get there substantially earlier to get before that part of the cycle. So, you know, Carter may have almost like reached the hard limit without realizing it.
Potentially, yeah, or like pull out something crazy that we're just not seeing.
Yeah. Have to change up the route to avoid that fire bar altogether, which I don't know how exactly you manage that.
Yeah, it's right on the wall when he gets there. I mean, I don't know what he's
that's how he had missed one earlier dagger, so I don't know if that lost just enough time to lose exactly one cycle, but who knows.
Potentially. But even if it gets earlier than that, it's like moving towards closing. You know?
Yeah.
So,
right.
It's gonna be rough.
I mean, at this point, though, it is kind of Carter's match to lose, and Alter just needs to be able to get a really good attempt going. If Alter is able to like get a really nice true attempt, then we'll see what their final time is, like you were saying earlier.
Yeah, I'm hoping Alternerd can really get it, because he's so close. I can see it, and I think he can see it as well.
Yeah, and I think the way that the spiked walls section is constructed is honestly like kind of infuriating level design for these guys, because it's been killing so many of their attempts.
It has.
What happened?
Yeah, this section right here, and then like that one of those two enemies at the end has been pretty detrimental.
And here we go, Carter on a really nice tear. Looked like he looked like he was having that same problem though, which is being really early for that fire bar.
If Karterfreak can somehow make it to that section on pace and then have a really fast throw through the spikes, I mean, the time's going to be insane.
Oh,
it's going to be like a 7-second time.
Yeah. That'd be one of those times where you would see that as a casual player and go, that's cheating. And that's Game Shark. He's got Game Shark going on that time.
It does seem like that. The new players, when like the top dogs are doing stuff like that.
You know, like, but before you really get into like the speedrunning and competitive gameplay kind of communities, you know, you see those crazy times like that, and you're just like, oh, okay, this leaderboard just happened. I know I used to be that way with like a Mario Maker 2 times and stuff like that. Like, oh, there's no way it's a real time.
They're faking it.
And then I would see guys like Ryokar, and it's like, oh, I kind of get it now.
Yeah. Well, fortunately for this game, we don't even have to worry about that since it's all integrated into the system.
Yep.
So, I know we haven't really been talking about the leaderboards, but after every time they complete a round, they can look at the leaderboard. Most of the time, they just click through it, so it never even pops up, doesn't load in. But they can check the opponent's time to see where they're at. Once it comes out, it'll be like a global leaderboard, and one with your friends and stuff like that. And you'll be able to check out all that good stuff straight into here. No submissions, no nothing. You already got it. All right, really nice for Alternerd. Actually, got his 9-second time here.
Maybe a higher 9, unfortunately, but still gonna put him a fair amount closer. Gonna shorten that gulf just a little bit.
Yeah, it could definitely be a confidence boost that he needs. Yeah, 7-3, so 0.51 off.
I won't give up.
Whatever mistake that he made, he just got to clean it up.
Now I wonder how precise the times in this game goes, because obviously both of us coming from Mario, that game kind of only goes down to 1 frame precision. I wonder if this game actually does truly get down to like hundredths of a second in terms of how precise the times get.
I imagine it would, and even if it's not, it's probably like a 60 frame per second game. But
Right.
even like something like Mario Kart, they register the time based on the character model or like the kart model or whatever. So I'm sure it goes down to the hundredth based on something like
Yeah,
that.
there's got to be some sort of means to say that, like, oh, your character's position would have barely reached it by this frame or something like that.
Yeah, I think we've kind of figured out how all that stuff works, so we can be real precise with it. Thankfully, the future is here. All right, 2:40 left on the time. 2:40 left. Karterfreak hasn't really done anything since he got this 922. I mean, he did lower by like 0.06 to get to 22, but nothing crazy has really happened since.
Yeah, just kind of chilling here with a really sick time. We'll see if he's able to hold on to that.
What happened?
All right, 207. It's kind of close. I just kind of want to watch Alternerd and find out if he can do it. He just that spike section. He knows he needs to be quicker through it, but it's so hard. Yeah, just catching that corner.
Dying to it.
Proposal. Try not to die. Jeez, thanks for the advice.
There's like one brick that you can see that it's like one tile further back from the spike edge than the other bricks lower down on those jumps, and it's just like, why did you have to place that brick shallow like that? It makes that wall kick so much harder. It's like just above the section Karterfreak was messing around with just then.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. Yeah, and Alternerd having a really nice run through to the end, but he threw the teleportation dagger and it hit an enemy, and so I think he wasted the time he needed with the teleport dagger coming back to him and him having to rethrow it.
Right.
All right, 1 minute left. He's got at least like 5 or 6 more good attempts left in him. Actually, probably more than that because these attempts go in like 5 seconds. So
And Carter dying to that robot right at the beginning here. Let's see. Alter not getting the throw he wants in the very start here. And same with Carter repeating the same mistake.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Alter yet another depth on the spike wall.
Almost
We're
had
down
it.
to about 30 seconds left.
Yeah. No, we've reached the point in the game. I mean, thankfully, now that we're at the end, I mean, both of them just know what they need to do. And I think Karterfreak just kind of figured it out first.
Yeah, that's what it seems.
Or Karterfreak, I mean, Alternerd. Karterfreak. My bad.
Shoutouts to the character colors. Alter deciding to play as a yellow character. And let's see, Carter, it looks like a blue character. I'm not sure what the names of these avatars actually are. I apologize.
Yeah, I think it's Jackie is the name of the main character, Jacqueline.
Right, the red
Maybe.
one.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like if they're different people or not. They might be. I don't know. If
I know they have different character model art on the character selection screen. Like the characters are just recolors of each other. It looks like, but I would think maybe they have separate names.
Perhaps. Yeah.
GG's. Looks like Karterfreak going to be winning this round with a 9:22 final time on this level, compared to Alternerd's 9.73. So GG's to both runners. Really, I mean, it looked like they both were pretty much using about the same route towards the end there. Just like you were saying, Karterfreak trying to kind of discovering and getting on that route a bit earlier, so had a bit more of a chance to optimize it.
Yeah, and sometimes that's just what it comes down to. Alternerd was just having a little too much trouble in that spike section, and Karterfreak was able to kind of feel his way through it and know what was going on. So, GG's to both runners. I mean, Alternerd had a great showing. It was a fantastic race or time trial.
Absolutely, a nice live time attack between these two.
Yeah. So with that, we're going to take a small break. We'll be back with another top round of 32. This time it's going to be Murtork versus Summit Storm. And we will be here for that as well. That's going to be another 30-minute match just like this one, so stay tuned. Don't go away.
We'll be right back.